It's time to find out, including the total times the Geneva Conventions are broken. The Reverend Mother uses mind tricks to test Paul Atreides, and while doing so threatens his life. This biological experiment tortures Paul, and because of this commits a war crime. The Reverend Mother also breaks Article 27 because Paul is threatened with death, 32 because of this torture, and Article 147 because this is a war crime. Baron Harkonnen violates Article 37 of the First Protocol when he insists to the Reverend Mother that he will not harm Jessica or Paul Atreides.
I give you my word, we will not harm them.
However, he intends to break that promise.
Now our traitors will live.
Then the Harkonnens attempt to assassinate Paul Atreides with a Hunter Seeker, which is another war crime because this is a direct attack against a civilian not taking direct part in the hostilities. The use of the Hunter Seeker breaks Articles 27 and 147 due to its violent nature. The Harkonnens and Dr. Yue then attack House Atreides, using a dart as a biological weapon that paralyzes his target without killing them, which is a war crime because it is a weapon that causes unnecessary suffering. The darts are used on the security, as well as Duke Leto Atreides, and each use also breaks Article 35 of Protocol 1 because purposely paralyzing a target with this weapon is illegal. They also killed Jessica's housekeeper, which is another war crime. The Harkonnens take over the planet of Arrakis and slaughter the remaining Atreides army. I can't get a good count of how many are killed here, but it's at least 9. Killing each prisoner of war is a war crime, and also breaks Articles 1, 13, 14, 69, 89, 99, 100, 101, 102, 105, 106, 107, 120, 121, 130, and from Protocol 1, 85 and 87, because these prisoners did not receive a fair trial before their death, and the commander of the Harkonnen army took the lead on these crimes. They also burned the 20 date palm trees, which are sacred to the people of Arrakis. This violates Article 53 because they are destroying a spiritual object of the people.
These are sacred.
Plus, this attack constitutes as a war crime. The Harkonnens then bomb a major section of the city, and since the Atreides army has already fallen, this violates Articles 51, 52, 57, 85, and 87 of Protocol 1 because the civilian population and their objects shall be protected against attack. This unnecessary bombing is also a war crime. The Harkonnens take Paul and his mother as hostages with the intent to leave them in the desert and let them die. The taking of hostages is a war crime, and the manner of how they are treated violates Articles 13 and 14 since they are not treated humanely or with respect, and also Articles 20 and 21 of the Third Convention because they did not supply enough food during the evacuation and restrict their movement. Duncan, Idaho attempts to escape the city, and while doing so, the Harkonnens deploy a laser to attempt to stop him. The use of the laser breaks Article 57 of Protocol 1 because they did not take any precautions to ensure the method of their attack would minimize civilian life or damage to civilian objects. The Harkonnens strip Duke Leto Atreides and take him as a prisoner of war, but break Article 27 of the Third Convention because they are required to supply him with clothing, yet they took his away. The Harkonnens kill Dr. Yue and also admit to killing his wife, who was their hostage. This would be 2 war crimes for each death, and the violation of Articles 27, 32, 147, and from Protocol 1, 51, 85, and 87. Duke Leto uses the poisoned tooth, but this is allowed since it is under the notion of self-defense. Paul and Jessica Atreides continue to try and outrun the Harkonnens, who shoot missiles at them before giving them any warning, breaking Article 42 of the Third Convention. The Fremen attack Jessica because they believe she is too old to learn their ways, which is discrimination and violates Article 13 of the Fourth Convention. The attack also breaks Articles 27 and 51 because it is a violent attack on a civilian, and thus makes this a war crime. In total, the Reverend Mother broke 3 articles while committing 1 war crime, and the Fremen broke 4 articles with their own war crime as well. The Harkonnens violated at least 199 articles of the Geneva Conventions, and committed at least 24 war crimes. But remember, we don't know exactly how many members of the Atreides army they slaughtered, so the real number is certainly higher. That means Dune Part 1 broke 206 articles of the Geneva Conventions, and had at least 26 war crimes in it. Now let me know if there's anything else you want me to look into, and I'll be back soon.